In the middle of September 2020, the InfoGuard CSIRT received a distress call from a multinational organization. Substantial parts of their network have been encrypted using the Soda-no-Kibi malware. Soda-no-Kibi malware belongs to the family of ransomware as a service products, and appears to be connected to the infamous GandCrab malware. Ransomware providers offer their malware to criminals. These criminals hack their victims, steal data, encrypt networks and finally demand ransom. The whole key management and payment process is handled by the ransomware provider. For their services they take a cut of the paid ransom. In the present case, the attacker entered the network via RDP, on a Windows server located in the Microsoft Azure cloud. The organization's Azure infrastructure was directly connected to their internal network. The attackers gained access to a domain administrator account, which they used to pivot to the internal network only 90 minutes after the initial breach. They then used the Soft Perfect Network Scanner to map out the network and locate available shares on file servers. The domain infrastructure network was organized by subsidiary, but the network appeared to be rather flat. That allowed the attackers to move freely through the network and place Cobalt Strike beacons on multiple servers. Only 1.5 days after the initial breach, the attackers started exfiltrating a significant amount of data to an FTP server. Right after they finished exfiltrating, about an hour later, they commenced encryption of the network starting with domain controllers. While the attack was in full swing, a recently installed network monitoring appliance recorded a number of alerts. At this point, no one was monitoring the appliance yet. That's one of the reasons why the attackers succeeded. The ransom note found on the encrypted machines showed a darknet address that could be used to view the demanded ransom amount. This web page is hosted by the Soda-no-Kibi provider. Victims can also use this platform to get in touch with the attackers to request proof for exfiltration and further information about the attack. The present attack lasted less than 48 hours from the initial breach to encryption. Recovery steps. Whenever an organization becomes victim to a widespread ransomware attack, priority number 1 is to get the business running as fast as practicable, while at the same time kicking the attacker out of the network. The inherent risk of recovery from a backup is that the attacker was already present at the time the backup has been taken. In this case, the attacker will return if the victim didn't pay the ransom. Generally, there are 2 options when it comes to recovery. Option number 1, recovering in situ. This approach requires skilled analysts and additional tooling to make sure that the machines that have not been rebuilt completely are not infected by any kind of malware when they get joined to the production network. This is the fastest, but yet most risky way of recovery if not executed with great caution. Option number 2, rebuilding everything. The way slower way of recovery is to rebuild every machine from scratch to make sure that the attacker is not present in the network anymore. In most cases that we investigated, it was commercially and technically impossible to pick that option. So, what are the key takeaways? Make sure that every external-facing access platform like VPN, RDP or Citrix is secured with multi-factor authentication. Leverage available security tools, and closely watch the alerts they throw. Generally do not allow direct internet access from servers, or only allow specifically defined communication. When hit by an attack, contact us as quickly as you can. Our priority is to get you back up as soon as practicable, in the safest manner possible. Our goal at the InfoGuard CSIRT is to leave every client in a safer state than before the breach.